Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven aka Storm, and we're back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as the Mighty Battle Lizard Reewish here in the Morrowind DLC. I want to thank you if you stopped in for my little overtime session that I had this past weekend, or past week. I got a little bit of progress done on Stonefalls. Didn't get a whole bunch done, but did do a little bit, about 40 minutes of gameplay. So if you haven't seen that, it is over on my YouTube, which should be linked somewhere in my Twitch page, I think. I'm honestly unsure, but it should be linked. Anyways, we're about ready to get started. Just going to give it another minute and see if anyone shows up, but then we're going to get started, so... Watch me strut, 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 right into a pillar. And the global reveal event for the Elder Scrolls Online's new chapter has been pushed back from the 21st to the 26th. So that's going to be a little bit later than expected. Let me look at the calendar real quick, because I think before our next session that event's not going to happen, but we're about ready to find out. Hold on. No, the event will happen after our next session, so it won't be until next week that we actually get to know more about the upcoming event. So, well, the week after next, I'll be able to talk more about the next upcoming event. But anyways, for now, let's go ahead and jump right back into things here in Morrowind. We're going to go over to the Archcanon's office. Archcanon.
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotaged the divination... No. I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are... difficult.
By difficult, you mean Lord of Vex's loss of power?
How do you know about... Lord Vivek told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I suppose. You must swear to keep this secret, though. There would be panic in the streets if the people believed one of the tribunal was incapacitated.
Lord Vivek said you might need help investigating the source of the problem.
It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than field work. And the ritual wasn't a total failure. Confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies: Balmora, Aldrin, and Barrow's Tower. I need you to investigate each of these sites.
Tell me more about the locations before I head out.
I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivek City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. Lord Vivek thinks you're the best one for that job. I hope he's right.
Can you tell me anything more about Brazar's Tower?
I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Barrowzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivek's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. Find out what he knows about the transfer of divine energy.
What can you tell me about Balmora?
House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines. House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I believe we saw a cultist during the ritual. Make discreet inquiries and see what you can learn.
What kind of cult are we talking about?
I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. I've heard that House Redoran has issued some kind of proclamation.
What do you know about Aldrin?
Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for Vivek. how they could be involved eludes me. See what you can uncover.
Is there anything else I should know?
I traced tendrils of Vivek's energy to these locations, and the ritual confirmed the connection before it went awry. Just don't discuss Lord Vivek's condition with anyone. We don't want to start a panic. If anything changes here, I'll contact you.
Goodbye. Okay, so our first little stop on our adventure is going to be Balmora. So we're going to head that way first. Whoa, 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 that was almost too close for comfort. It's a Slilt Strider. Oh, there's a naked person running around. Oh, hey, there's a quest I didn't do over here. Let's pick this up. Hello, friend.
Yes. Hello. What are you doing?
Hold on a second. There we go, now we can talk.
Yes. Hello. What are you doing out in the middle of nowhere? Going for a walk? This one often walks. Around here, I mean.
Are you alright? You seem nervous.
Nervous? Me? Ha! Do not make this one laugh. Hallingier is just horrible. Bandits kicked this one out of his home and stole his crops. Hallingier is just a simple farmer, you see. They will make me a starving pauper.
I could help you.
You will help? Oh, bless you. This one planted his crops in a cavern nearby. Saint Cipilu, please, retrieve my notes and poison the water. Without proper irrigation, the plants will wither. It pains me to kill them, but these bandits must not prosper.
I'll collect these notes and poison the crops for you.
You are a true hero, Walker. A brave and noble warrior. Falora and I are forever in your debt.
What exactly are you growing in there?
Sorry, I was just... Hey! You and I have the same belt buckle. What are the chances, huh?
Moon sugar. It's gotta be moon sugar. Don't change the subject.
I am sorry. This one is a nervous wreck. Hallingier is growing a rare Khajiiti herb. Very delicate and very desirable. Good for seasoning fish and soothing the humors. Satisfied?
We'll see.
Do not worry, Walker. You can depend on Hallingier.
Yeah, for you to be a drug dealer. Who's this Felrune?
Falora is this
Falora.
one's loyal farmhand. She is not very bright, and she is very lazy. Always scribbling notes and asking silly questions. But I keep her on anyway. Hallingier always does right by his friends.
Can't you look for a better farmhand?
I could, but this one likes Falora. Plus, she probably knows too much.
Knows too much about what?
Oh, she knows too much about my farming practices. Yes. Hallingier has many secret farming tricks, like using fish heads and guar dung for fertilizer. But this one has already seen too much, yes?
Yeah, you're growing moon sugar, you drug-dealing Khajiit. I should not support your moon sugar growing habits, but... Alright, that's one. There's another one there, and it's on the way to where we're going, so we can stop. We can hook by real quick and grab the rubbing on the way. Like I said, we're gonna take it a little bit slower. Do it as we're going this time. As we work our way north, we'll collect rubbings. That way I can keep track of which ones we have a little bit better. And I'm gonna try to turn them in as we go as well, so my inventory doesn't get filled up with rubbings. There it is. There's another one right outside Balmora, so we'll go and mark that. But first of all, we're going to go to the Hidden Harvest. Excuse me. Yeah, because this totally looks like a farm. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. The power of the mighty battle lizard. How long has it been since I last felt your might? Well, it's been since Tuesday, but still, I mean. Hey, welcome to the stream. Sess, how are you? Whoa, 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 whoa.
I need healing.
Hey Joe, welcome to the stream as well. How are you guys doing? Yeah, no, I feel you there. It's been quite a busy few days for me as well. I'll tell you what though, I was laughing about when I joined your Mass Effect stream the other day. I was laughing pretty hard when you had to tell everyone about if they kept trying to push you to go the lesbian route, you were going to go with abstinence instead. That was hilarious. Oh, nice. I haven't had a chance to look at the character yet, so I'll get a look at it after the stream. Sky Shard! Ow! So, since you guys weren't here when the he's joking too, which makes it much more funny. Yeah, no, I don't think you're joking. Hence is why I stopped mentioning it after the first time you shut it down. I need to eventually finish Andromeda. I got pretty far into the game. I don't remember exactly how far I was, but I got fairly far into Andromeda. When they re-release the Mass Effect trilogy, when they do the Legends edition or whatever it's called, I think I'll get that and play the game. I've never actually finished any of the first 3 Mass Effect games. And I think I'll just wait for the upgraded version and play the upgraded version instead of trying to go back and get it for the Xbox 360 and get my Xbox 360, delete enough data on it to make room for it, and then play it on my 360. And no, that's just... plus, I really don't want to go back to my 360, so... I'm not having any problems with it. So, we might be changing our Pathfinder night in the future. That'll be more on... I'll have to talk to you more about later, Joe, when we make a decision. But apparently Sundays are becoming too hard for our Game Master, and we could be losing more players due to scheduling conflicts. So, it was a cool storyline, so I thought that's why you picked it for Wifey Wed. Yeah. Thought you saw Gollum. Yeah, no, it's a great game. You're really going to enjoy it. I definitely agree with that. Was a good first choice for Wifey Wednesday. Schmeagle. Plus, the best part about the game is making the decisions. Like, the gameplay itself, you know, is good, but, you know, making the decisions and having an impact on the world is the biggest part of the game. So, you know, you're doing the big part of the game, even if you're not directly doing the combat and stuff yourself, so. poison the underground spring, which seems like a terrible idea in the long run, but I am just a simple Argonian. Someone tells me to do something and I do it. Oh my god, am I an Argonian stereotype? Ah! Oh no. Yeah. I know what you mean. Gosh. I haven't run into any walls lately, but I did run into the door the other day coming home. I thought I opened it and it was closed and I walked right into it. I remember my brother one day was like, "Look, I'm Steven," and started walking into walls. Isn't it bad? I'm kind of hoping they want to move Pathfinder to Tuesday so I have an excuse to leave acquisitions. That's bad, right? Yeah, no, believe me, I understand completely. I can't walk a straight line either. When I was in Boy Scouts, they were making everyone wear a blindfold and then try to walk a straight line, and then it came to my turn, and the Scoutmaster just put away the blindfold. I'm like, are you trying to tell me I can't walk a straight line? He's like, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
Sarah, a moment, please. You made it. Good. We have a great deal to talk about in a short period of time.
Where is Helfinger?
In a clearing to the southeast, but that can wait. I trust you've seen what Hallengier and I were growing in there. Moonshine. In its raw form. It's a crude narcotic, but if you refine it, it becomes something truly odious. Skooma.
If you hate Skooma, why are you helping him grow moon sugar?
I had to be sure.
I saw that.
Moon sugar is temperamental. No one's been able to grow it here in Vardenfell until Hallengier. I need you to take the notes you found to Captain Beckes in Seydonin. Tell him everything. He'll handle the rest.
Why can't you tell him yourself?
It's complicated. I was a member of House Redwin's Narcotics Oath Bureau. I made some very serious mistakes. If I brought this tip to Captain Beckes, he would ignore me. But he has no reason to distrust you. Please, do this for me, Sarah.
Is she covered in moles or freckles? Like, can dark elves have skin blemishes? I didn't know that was possible. Huh. How did you get kicked out of the Oath Bureau?
I'd rather not discuss it. Suffice it to say that the Skooma trade offers many dark incentives. Especially for undercover officers. It's easy to cross the line. Too easy. Hopefully this arrest and seizure will help me make amends.
What makes Skooma so dangerous?
If you'd ever taken it, you'd know. Skooma is a powerful hallucinogen. Addictive, deadly, and cheap. Lethal overdoses are routine in Morrowind. Once it's got its hooks in you, you'll do anything to get it. Steal, rape, kill, whatever.
And you think Hellinger plans to manufacture this drug?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He's developed a method to grow vast quantities of moon sugar in Vardenfell. That's a dangerous skill. Too dangerous. Can you imagine what would happen if the Kimona Tong crime family got hold of his notes?
I see your point.
Hallengier is no Daedric prince, but his work could be just as destructive. Please, just do the right thing.
How'd you kicked out? Oh, we already asked that. We blindfolded Zack, and I think he was guided by Squirtle, and he almost got flattened by a wall. Yep. He was not amused. Mark only laughed with... I mean, we could talk about the Helen Keller experience, where Anna put on the blindfold and took out her hearing aids. Oh, God.
You are kind to check up on Hollinger, but this one is fine.
Oh, wait, what?
Thank you.
Wait. I don't have a choice in the matter? I guess we'll follow the...
You are kind to check up on Hollinger, but this one is fine. Again, thank you.
Tell Joe about how I guided you. No. Okay, yeah, I don't think I've ever told Joe that one. What if you go to the authorities? Well, there's not an option there. That's what I'm trying to see. Is like usually it would say complete one, and it would give me two different options. So maybe I have to go through his dialogue tree to get that option. So I'm going to go through his dialogue tree, and if necessary, I will cancel the quest and go back and redo it. Or I'll look it up to see if it's possible to turn him in. So I'm going to go ahead and go through his dialogue tree and see what happens real quick. But then we're going to talk about this mousetrap thing, and Wright doesn't exist.
What? How could she? Why would she do that? Hollinger is no threat to anyone.
Skooma is no threat?
Skooma? No. Hollinger does not make skooma. My sister and cousin were both addicts.
Glitch.
This one would never make such a thing. I only grow moon sugar, Walker. For personal use, you see. You would not ruin a life over such a thing, would you?
You really don't intend to distribute? That was a huge crop.
Hey, Hollinger has huge appetites. A little sugar in the morning to start the day, a little in the evening to soothe the soul. Moon sugar is a beautiful thing, my friend. The Riddlefar's gift to all Kashyyyk. Is the pursuit of pleasure really so bad?
Okay, so I can either lie to him and say, no, it's fine, I would never inform on a friend, which would allow me to go to the authorities. Or I can say, I guess not, here are your notes, your secret's safe with me. Honestly, though, he's got to be lying. I don't think he could possibly be using that much moon sugar. There's too much moon sugar for his personal use. He would literally die of moon sugar overdose if he used that much moon sugar. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I can lie and go to the authorities, or we can give him his notes and hope he's being honest. But look at him. He's a Khajiit. He has a Khajiit face. You know what happens when you rub a cat's belly, right? Shit. Okay, got one for authorities, and we're just waiting to see what... Yep, so we're going to go to the authorities. Okay, never inform on a friend.
Hollinger is glad you agree. This one just needs to gather his belongings, then he will be on his way.
Yep, nope, we're going to go talk to the captain. Alright, so yeah, so what happened was we were doing a trust test. This was before camp started, I think, right? Like we were doing a trust test as like a bonding exercise between us counselors. And so we were putting on a blindfold and being led through the maze. And what happened was everybody was taking a turn being both the blindfolded and the guidee to the person who... so you would be blindfolded and led through the You would be blindfolded and led to the mousetraps, and then you would lead somebody else to the mousetraps. And you couldn't touch them or anything. You had to talk to them and tell them what was going on, and like guide them through with your voice. And she was like, yes, go right, Stevie. I'm like, right doesn't exist. Right is an illusion. Right is nothingness and darkness. And I had left a sky shard there. That was weird of me.
I think you've seen all that Sailor Neen has to offer, Outlander. I suggest you go and visit another of our fine cities.
A Khajiit named Halinjar is growing moon sugar in Zanzispulu. Here's the proof.
Halinjar? I thought him a clueless sugar sop. If he's managed to grow moon sugar here in Vardenfell, he's more cunning than he seems. Make no mistake, we'll find him. The Tribunal thanks you for your help, Outlander. Take this as your reward. Did you need something else? A skooma baron you'd like to report, perhaps? No? Then move along.
Felrun Oldenvelith uncovered Hollinger's activities.
Falura, that skooma fiend can barely put her trousers on straight, let alone conduct an investigation like this. You must be mistaken.
No, she told me about her indiscretions. She was hoping this might help her make amends.
Difficult to say. If I had my way, she'd be hanging from the nearest tree. I'll pass it on to my contacts in the Oath Bureau. I will be honest, though, her chances are very slim.
Yeah, that I mean, I understand that's definitely something that I would do, blindfolded and walking through a maze. And if I remember correctly, didn't I like have the blindfold over like just my left eye and had my right eye exposed? So you didn't make things any easier. No, I really didn't. But no, didn't I have like the blindfold only over my left eye and have my right eye open anyway, since I can't see out of it? It really, that was weird. Are we back? Did we lose the stream? Are we back?
What do you want?
Okay, didn't lose it. Okay. Yeah, my screen flashed like we lost the stream. So no, you didn't. We put it over both, which I think made you more. Yeah, that probably did. I honestly can't remember because it was like over a year ago. I don't remember exactly what I was filming at the time, but that would definitely make sense because it definitely like I just don't like having my left eye covered at all. Like I remember I was sick one year, or one day, and I woke up and I had one of those, you know, like where you get like the gunk in your eye, and it was covering it was like closing my left eye, and it was like I literally screamed, because I could not open my eye. Wow, I am really gunked up today. Give me 1 second. I gotta get a cough drop. I'm sorry about this. Ugh. Okay, sorry about that. I also took some of the allergy rub, so hopefully that'll help calm down my my allergies. That was really weird. Yeah, that sounds like it would be absolutely terrifying. Like, just not be able to see anything for a few seconds. That would really be scary. Hello, Iron Hounds. I come to bring you doom in the form of lightning. There's a quest around here somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where it is. That's okay, we'll just kill Ironhound mercenaries until such time as I find the quest giver. You know, at least it wasn't the kids leading us through. Could you imagine if it had been, imagine if one of the kids, like, especially one of the more misbehaved children, tried to guide us through the maze? There's the quest giver.
So I was right. You're a sword for hire. Excellent. My name...
Excuse me 1 second. I'm sorry. Get off the couch!
You then. So I was right. You're a sword for hire. Excellent. My name is Marla Reethan of House Lalo. I have a proposition for you. I need someone to investigate what's going on in the Vasya Detonite ebony mine.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely terrifying. But hey, now you have a robotic eye, so what's the problem?
Piqued my interest, have I? Capital. My brother Ben and I share ownership of the mine, but I suspect he's hiding something from me. The little weasels even locked down the entrance. Only his personal guards are allowed inside.
Yeah, I could see that. Squirrel was a pretty good person. That definitely would have led us through properly. What do you want me to do?
There are only 2 keys to the mine. Benar keeps one in our manor house. The other is carried by the mine's foreman, Knox. I want you to procure a key, either one, and then search the mine for any sign of mischief. Report back with your findings.
I'll see what I can do.
Foreman Knox is somewhere in Baldwin. Should be simple to pluck the key from his pockets. Or, if you prefer burglary, you could take my brother's key from the desk in his study. Our manor is just up the hill to the west of town.
Yes, I remember that. All the scout kids were like super nice. Well, most of them. Why don't you have a key to your own mine?
My dear brother prefers to keep our roles in the business separate. He runs the mine while I handle the finances. He doesn't interfere with my work, nor I his. That's the agreement.
You can't just talk to him about your concerns?
Oh, I have, but Benner tells me nothing. It's just secure more buyers and hire more workers. It's dreadfully annoying when I press him about my concerns. Why do we need so many miners? Even the townsfolk are starting to talk about that.
What do you mean?
You haven't heard the rumors? The cursed mine of Vasya Detonite. They go in, but they don't come out. Just inane ghost stories, truth be told. But if the rumors persist, it could soil our reputation.
So, why the concern about something improper is going on down there?
Well, the mine has underperformed for years. I'd actually considered selling it. Until recently, that is. Ebony has been pouring out of the mine these past few months. Normally, I'd be overjoyed, but that's also when Benner became distant.
Something in particular I should be looking for?
Anything out of the ordinary. I don't suppose you know the difference between pure ebony and... Never mind. Just give the mine a good look and keep an eye out for mischief. If you find anything odd, bring it back with you.
You seem nervous.
I have many important clients that depend on the success of this mine. They'll hold me personally responsible if anything isn't correct. I'd like to avoid that kind of unpleasantness.
What kind of resistance should I expect?
Well, the key should be no trouble. My brother is away at the moment, and the house guards are not exactly the keenest. If you choose to pickpocket the foreman, well, just avoid the city watch, I suppose.
And what's in the mine?
That's the rub. The mine is well guarded. My brother insisted that I hire only the rowdiest and most ill-tempered mercenaries, so I brought on the Iron Hound Company. I can vouch for their pugnacity.
You'd send me against your family's own hired guards.
I'd prefer to avoid bloodshed, of course, but I don't want to tip my brother off. If he is up to something, I'll need deniability to maintain the element of surprise. Besides, they're mostly criminals, drunks, and scum addicts. Expendable, yes?
I suppose. Alright, so we have two choices. We can either obtain the key from the mansion, or we can try to pickpocket the foreman. I honestly don't recommend that. I've never successfully pickpocketed that foreman before. I've only been able to get the key from the mansion, but I will try to do what you guys want. So I'll give you guys a moment to respond while I grab this way shrine. And maybe the rubbing too while there it is. Alright, breaking into the mansion it is. Don't worry, it'll be fine. I've done it 3 times. I've done it 2 other times before. Maybe 3. No, definitely 2. It's a simple operation. I just go upstairs, carefully get the key, jump down a balcony, run out the front door. Oh, great, it's my old friend, Lockpicks. We could be here for a bit. Also, Pathfinder is canceled for tonight. I'm probably moving to a different day, so... Here we go. See, I wish more of the quests in this place let you grab a disguise. Okay. Oh, darn it. Well, no point in sneaking around now. Oh shit.
Burn it!
Hey, now I take offense to being called an it.
What do you think you're doing?
Go ahead, kill me. Go ahead and kill me. I'm going through this door. I need you to kill me. Go ahead. Do it.
Cool down. There's a criminal on the loose.
Did I mention how much I really hate the stealth missions in these games? The detection radius is absolutely bogus. Good thing I've collected up some counterfeit pardon edicts. I need to get more, I'm starting to run out. Ooh, cornflower. Well, that doesn't look good. Look at that purple mist. That definitely looks like a Daedric cult. Ebony is a substance which acquisition and use tempt mortals into acts of. And why does it always cut off before I can finish reading? Don't let anyone else see this note. Not even our comrades can be trusted. We've got to give this one up. Coin isn't worth our lives. You haven't seen it yet. What I've seen. But they're talking about sitting us back to try to deal with the mess, and believe me, they won't be paying enough for that. Problem is, Ryat has some real loyalists in our ranks. They'll kill us if we try to run too early. Got a plan though. Lima is making the squads and planning the route. We'll get ourselves split from the rest and then make a break for it. If this is as bad as I hear, they'll probably just assume we died and never come looking for us. You can always find work somewhere else. Hey there, level 6 player. Why the chicken? Because hey is evil and won't go away. Farewell, my fellow Argonian sorcerer, Bok. And just see the chicken like walking in a dark cloak. Bok, 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 and then it pulls out a red lightsaber. Bzzz. Hey, the Sith Lord. Understandable. Have a nice day. Okay, so that mist is poisonous. I had forgotten that. At least someone actually thought to question what I do. Like there's any kind of rhyme or reason to the things I do. Stone fiends, what in the world are these? They're like blood fiends, but made of stone. Oh dear. Excuse me a second. They definitely have vampiric qualities to them. I should have teleported through that. Whoops, my bad. Well, he died in the floor, like how he lived. Which staff am I using? Okay. Yeah, it really is coming in clutch. Master Redrin, you'll be happy to hear that your scheme is working perfectly. Well, maybe not perfectly, but well enough. The most recent batch of laborers came in yesterday. They were a sluggish bunch, wary too, but the promise of a few more drinks got them moving. They should make a fine batch. That alchemist of yours, Gavros, is it? He set up shop in the old Daedric ruin. You should see it. Have Haven't been around that many bottles and burners since my days in the skooma trade. He says he's working on some variation of the formula. You might want to ask him about it, boss. The air in the lab has gotten thick as my anti-morals porridge. Or Merrill porridge. Foreman Knox. Okay. Which way am I supposed to go? It doesn't look like it actually matters. Nope, this is definitely the right way to go. Okay. Welcome to the Daedric Ruins, where there's lots of monsters to fight. Garmos' journal. My masters are truly fools if they believe this scheme will make them rich. True, the substance produced by the formula looks and feels much like the rare ebony ore, but it is not ebony, and as any discerning craftsman will recognize this as soon as they use it to produce goods. I've tried to counsel Master Redrun on the subject, suggesting that it may be wiser and equally profitable to instead focus on selling the alchemical concoction itself. Though the formula was exceedingly difficult to translate and required extreme precision to brew properly, the reagents I require to produce it are not overly rare. I could easily produce large quantities. Imagine my airborne form used as a weapon. It would fetch a fine price. Master Redder disagrees. According to him, the buyers don't care if the ebony is false. As long as they can use it to produce goods that pass a cursory inspection, they will be happy. Ebony is quite rare and difficult to come by. With us as the source, our buyers should be able to produce passable fakes that close shop before anyone discovers the deception. If a soldier dies on the battlefield because his ebony plate was not true, that's no money out of our buyer's pockets. Perhaps Master Redrun is right. I overestimate the crude adverse that drives so many of my race. As for me, I am content to study and work with such a brilliant formula. Perhaps one day it will find a truer application for it. Well, that doesn't sound good. That sounds really bad, actually. That could really hurt the Ebonheart pack. So I am obliged to end this. Subject K-14 died of head trauma some hours after the mercenaries restrained her. I administered the formula, but transposition was not successful. This confirms my hypothesis. Blood pressure must remain consistent until the last possible moment. Death prior to the infusion results in only partial transposition. This explains some of our previous failures. A powerful sedative could replace premature death. Must conduct more trials. Oh dear, this is really bad. Yep, somebody's gonna die for this. The vile truth of Barbarous. Every true Daedrologist has a favorite prince. Oh, this is about Barbarous, the dog. I might come back and read this later. That's a really long book. Everybody likes Barbarous because he's a dog, but he can also be a little asshole. Sorry for my language. Talk to Garva. Oh, he's sitting in his own fumes. Hello, Gavros.
I don't recognize you. You made a terrible mistake in coming here. Do you feel it yet? The cold rush through your veins, the stiffness in your joints.
Tell me what's going on here.
You really haven't figured it out. You're denser than those stone fiends. Master Reethan brought me on to study a Daedric text, a formula for turning living flesh into a substance akin to ebony. Not a perfect match, but close enough.
And you lost control of it?
Something like that. But what does it matter? I'll be frozen solid soon, black as midnight. A commodity, nothing more. Ironic. You mean to rob me, I suppose. The scroll's just there. Have a care with it. Wealth always comes at a price.
Is there no cure for this affliction?
None. Well, none that I've discovered anyway. I speak modestly when I say that if there was a cure, I would have found it already.
So you've given up?
I guess I could squander my remaining hours searching for a remedy, but I'm an alchemist, a daedrologist. We don't trouble ourselves with things like hope. I leave that nonsense to priests, children, mentally ill.
Why would you agree to this?
What? Afflicting all these miners? Oh, spare me your crude moral outrage. They were wastrels, laborers that were too ignorant or too lazy to find work anywhere else. This is as meaningful a contribution as they were likely to make.
You have no remorse?
None. I'd invite you to kill me, but given that I'll be dead soon anyway, it's hardly worth the effort.
How did you become afflicted?
Why do you even care? Oh, fine. I altered the formula, turning the liquid decoction into a vapor. It proved to be very effective. Unfortunately, it was nearly impossible to contain. Hence, this.
Alright, I have the formula, and you can die down here for all I care. I'd kill you myself, but that's not an option. Surrounded by the inner sea, the sprawling volcanic island of Vardenfell dominates northern Morrowind. The ominous, ever-smoldering peak of Red Mountain looms over this strange land. Okay, that's not gonna work. And now there's two of you up here. How did that happen? You didn't scatter very far, did you?
Ah, I'm glad to see you made it back in one piece. So, what have you learned? Anything?
An alchemist named Gavros was turning miners into some kind of false ebony.
What? Well, that sounds ghastly. To think that my own brother would be capable of such a thing. We must move quickly. Did you find any evidence? I'll need something concrete if I'm to convince the Hlalu trade barons to intercede.
This is the Daedric formula Gavros was using.
Well done. I have a final task for you, if you're willing. I must take this to the trade baron, Councillor Ryder. He's staying at the Balmora Inn. Alas, Benna has many contacts in town. If he hears that I'm meeting Ryder, he may try to flee.
What would you like me to do?
Travel to the Rethan Manor House and detain Benna. Once I've explained matters to Ryder, send Walu constables to collect my brother. After this, I'll ask nothing more of you. You have my word.
You really had no idea what was going on in the mine?
That the men I worked tirelessly to hire were being used as fodder for some vile experiment? Absolutely not. It's appalling. Why would I have sent you to discover what was going on if I already knew?
You said you'd handled the hiring. Did you hire Gavros?
Yes, I hired him at my brother's insistence. Something about valuable books and scrolls found in the shrine. We planned to sell them off once Gavros translated them. That's what I thought anyway. Wait, Gavros is still alive?
He's dead, killed by his own formula.
I see. That is unfortunate. But I suppose that's the risk you take when you start brewing foul decoctions and poisoning innocent miners.
How long will you be meeting with the Councilman Ravith?
Not long. He tends to be brusque. Once I've explained the situation, he'll waste no time bringing Benna in for questioning. It will be brief, I assure you.
What do you think the council will do to Benar?
They will punish him severely. He'll definitely lose his share of the estate from the ebony mine. He may even lose his life. In either case, I'll have to bear the weight of our family assets alone.
You really don't know? I don't know. This seems majorly convenient for this guy, but I mean, Dark Elves do have a different outlook at life. But what's up there, SMARSG? What's the? I have no idea how to say that. Samarsja? I don't. What's the gasp for? Hold on. Lizard! LBI, open up! Lizard Bureau of Investigations. Lizard Bureau. Oh no, he's dead.
Ah, the last piece of the puzzle. Time to tie up loose ends.
Are you Moron Tong? You don't look like Moron Tong. Take the assassin's orders. Our work is almost complete. Remain watchful. With any luck, the adventure I conscripted will... Yeah, my lizard sent a lizard to protect me. Our work is almost complete. Remain watchful. With any luck, the adventure I conscripted will clean out the remaining stone abominations so we can begin again, this time without Benor mucking things up. Tie off all loose ends and make sure it looks like they killed each other. It needs to be convincing enough for the council. When your work is done, meet me at my residence in Balmora. I'll have further instructions for you and your first payment as promised. This will be lucrative endeavor, my dear. Don't fail me, Yum. Okay, well, we know who the true culprit was. It was Melor who was the true culprit. Alright, once again, it's time for LBI, open up! Lizard's Bureau of Investigations.
That was a brave deed, rescuing the senator.
We'll get to that in just a second. Kick the door down.
Malaretha. Sweet. I'm going to need a stiffer drink.
Councilman. Or counselor.
You don't appear to be holding my drink
so I'm sure I have no interest in you. Off with you.
You mentioned Malmor Rethan. You must be Councilman Raveth.
I am. Young Mahler and I were talking about the sudden success of his mining enterprise, built on some irregularities that I prefer not to discuss. Not that it's any of your business. Who are you? Why are you meddling in Flalu business?
I doubt Malor gave you a true account. I found these orders on an assassin he sent to kill me.
My. This is damning. Dear Mahler tried to hang this whole business around his brother's neck. And yours. A prudent, albeit sloppy. House Flalu can ill afford such a scandal, and I hate to be lied to. Kill Mahler, and I will reward you.
I won't make any promises. Why don't you want him taken alive?
What would I do with him? Chain him to a post? His life no longer serves the house's interests. I don't expect an outlander to understand, but this needs to be done. Honestly, I doubt he'll give you a choice in the matter.
Where can I find him?
His city residence, I expect, just across the river. Do be quick about this. I'm anxious to be done with a brother's Rethan.
Did Malward give you the scroll?
No. What scroll? Don't tell me there's more to this fetching disaster.
The scroll contains a formula that can turn people into false ebony stone.
Does it now? Listen carefully. Don't breathe a word of this to anyone else. If Mahler has this formula on him, bring it to me. The reward will be significant. We cannot let this get out, and we cannot let it fall into the wrong hands.
Alright, what will House Halalu do with this situation?
By the three, what a mess. I'll put some of my Oathman on it. Oathman I can trust. If we can clear out the riffraff, it might be salvageable. If not, we'll simply collapse the thing. Better to bury it than let some fool stumble upon Mahler's folly.
Okay. I'm kind of wondering if we probably should not give him the... We definitely need to talk to that lady. Let me go ahead and talk to her real quick so I don't forget. Hello, Melissa?
I love seeing new faces. For a while, it was just the same old miners and the occasional traveling merchant. Thought Caroline might have to shut this place down. Look at me talking your ears off. What can I get you?
Any idea why visitors have been scarce?
At first, I assumed it was the usual house squabbles. Redrin and Hlalu arguments can get pretty heated. Then I thought maybe the Ashlanders were scaring people off. But after that proclamation... No, I'd rather not talk about that with a stranger.
Maybe if I paid you for your trouble?
I like the color of your gold, Outlander. Just between us, I heard the House Guard shut down the Shulkwall mine. Something to do with violent cultists who attacked the mines and took over the place. Even got the crew chief, or so I heard.
Oh, and that was 2 pieces of information in one. That was really good, actually. I definitely should have talked to her the last time I did this instead of running all over town looking for leads. Ooh, that's a pretty dress. For glory. Well, that's not the right place. Oh, Belmora, you're so confusing. With all your nooks and crannies and turns and... Ugh. There we go. There we go. It's all steel, or, well, whatever my staff is made of. I guess wood, technically.
You? How did you... I'll finish this myself.
Alright, I guess I have to return to the councilman. Even though he seemed pretty freaking shady, but...
Is it finished?
Yes, Malor Rithen is dead.
Well then, this unfortunate little tale comes to an end. I've already dispatched some of my best agents to clean up Rethon Manor. We'll tend to Marla's apartment and the mine next. Well done. Now, what of this mysterious scroll?
I have it.
Excellent. Best hand it over to me. Something so dangerous should not fall into the wrong hands. House Flalu can keep it safe, or destroy it if it be necessary. This will earn you some favor with our house. I'll even double your pay.
Alright, so we can hand him the scroll, or we can destroy the scroll and make sure no one ever gets it again. So that's our choices. I'll give it a minute on the clock. We'll see if what you guys want to do with the scroll. Remember, a lot of people lost their lives making this formula. Okay, got one for destroy. Burn it. Gotcha. No one should have this. Destroy the scroll.
You sniveling little swit. Do you know how valuable... Never mind. What's done is done. But don't expect any extra coin from me now. You'll have what was promised for killing Marla and not a drake more. This had better buy your silence as well.
Don't worry, I have no intention of... like blood from a stone. Oh hey, somebody just messaged me. That's strange. Hey, the dude with the chicken, hey. Yeah, it really is. The stream to text delay is glacial. That's why I don't try to do it that often, but it's really rude not to reply to somebody who messages you.
Yes, please, if you just listen.
Take care of yourself, Father. You always were good at that.
I'm in need of a strong set of legs, traveler. And you look like one capable of protecting yourself. Will you aid an old mer in one last task?
How can I help you?
I have an obligation to my family. No, a duty of utmost importance.
I see you, Joe.
But I have grown too feeble to fulfill it. If you would take this memory stone to the few places of significance in my life, I will pay you well.
What's a memory stone?
It allows one to archive memories for future generations. I hope to do this for my children, who have grown estranged. Invoke my stone at the locations I've marked on your map, and the memories I wish to archive will manifest.
Alright, I'll use your memory stone as requested.
I thank you for your aid. Fewer than ever are willing to aid their elders in these troubled times. Now I suppose the distance with my children is my fault, not theirs.
Tell me more about this memory stone.
It is a rare gem. Once, long ago, Red Guard warriors carried them into battle. One of the most famous was a sword singer in the First Age, McKenna Leckie.
Ooh, lucky.
No historians will cherish my thoughts, certainly. But perhaps my children will come to in time.
How did you acquire a memory stone?
I purchased it from my master, Drennan, a Telvanni mage of middling repute. I have served him for how long? Many, many years. For as long as I can remember. I will serve him until I die, no doubt. But that will not be long now.
Was that one of your children you were arguing with before we spoke?
Ah, yes. Mills. My son has never really forgiven me for never being here for them. He's a stranger in my own home. No. If anything, it's the other way around. Even Naria has grown accustomed to my absence.
You feel Nuria resents you too?
Naria less than Mills. But both my children grew up largely on their own. My duties to Master Drennan and Mills especially grew up with Maria and no one else. He despises me. I don't blame him.
Why didn't you spend more time with your children?
You'll know soon enough. As will they, I hope. I failed them as a father. But they are safe, aren't they? I kept them safe.
What will happen when I use the memory stone?
I cannot travel with you. But I have attuned this stone to my soul. When you use it at the locations I've marked, it will summon echoes of things that once occurred there. The stone absorbs these echoes, allowing others to view them.
Alright, well, we can definitely help you out with that, but there's something else we need to start first. House Redrun proclamations. By order of the House Guard and the Redrun High Council, the Shrek ore mine is closed and all operations towards reopening the mine have been suspended. Workers stay away until further notice, and visitors are strongly cautioned to avoid the area on pain of fine or imprisonment or both. This includes you, Chief Crew Holdup. Note that every effort shall be made to locate the missing mine workers as soon as possible. Well, that's not good. Sergeant Feldress.
I can't. You look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Vale? She went missing a couple of weeks ago, and her father desperately seeks any information regarding her whereabouts.
I don't think I've met anyone named Vea.
That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house counselor here in Balmora, promises that anyone who can find his daughter and return her safely to his side will be well rewarded.
Can you provide me with any additional information?
You should speak to Counselor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelancers. If you're interested, go speak to the council. The longer Vea remains missing, the more distressed Counselor Eris becomes.
I'll speak to Counselor Eris.
Counselor Eris can be found at the Redderin kin house, and do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Vea. If he finds that an outsider can succeed where the house guard has failed, so be it.
You don't seem to like the idea of a counselor seeking help in this matter.
I have no issue with Counselor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redderin doesn't need outsiders to take care of its business. But who am I to question a house council?
Tell me about House Redrun.
How can anyone not know about House Redderin? Is this some sort of outlander ruse?
No ruse, I just want to know more about House Redrun.
Well, in that case, Redderin is the grandest of the great Dunmer houses. We champion the virtues of duty and piety. And we have a proud military tradition. Our house comes first in all things. I don't understand why Eris seeks outside help.
Tell me what happened to Vea.
If I knew what happened to the council's daughter, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I? As far as we can tell, she left of her own accord. There wasn't any foul play involved that we're aware of. Beyond that, you'd have to ask the council.
Who's Counselor Eris?
Counselor Eris Relith oversees Redderin operations in Balmora and the surrounding countryside. He's very influential, very powerful. Usually, the counselor doesn't allow his passions to get the better of him. But Vea is his daughter, after all.
Alright, let's go find out what happened to this Vea character. Also, while I'm at it, I need to remember to move the marker. Because there's another location that I want to go to down over there, I think. Or maybe that's too far down. It's there. Ish. No, that's not quite right either. Somewhere around there. Even that's not right. That's about right. That's fine. Counselor.
Yes? Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
Sergeant Feldris sent me. He said you needed help finding your daughter.
My daughter has been gone too long, and the house guard can't seem to find a wall in the corner. But why should I trust you with this task? Tell me, Outlander, how can you succeed when my forces continue to fail time and time again?
It seems your daughter knows your people and their tactics. She doesn't know me.
An interesting insight. Perhaps you can find my daughter. Vea can handle herself, but the father worries, you understand. Anyway, I agree with your assessment. That's why I'm willing to bring in outside help on this.
Tell me what happened.
Vea fled after a family disagreement. She's run away before, but I'm concerned that she might have something more permanent in mind this time, and more dangerous. Vea knows how to evade the house guard, but as you said, she doesn't know you.
All right, I'll try to find your daughter.
Captain Briven oversees the house's attempt to locate my daughter. You should speak to him and see what his investigation has already turned up.
Where can I find Captain Braven?
He's probably patrolling the town square at this time of day. Briven's soldiers have been trying to get information out of Vea's friends. But those young men and women are almost as good at avoiding the house guard as my daughter.
You mentioned a family disagreement.
That is a private matter. If your investigation proves fruitful, and such matters become relevant, we can discuss the particulars then. But not before.
Maybe your wife will be willing to discuss that with me.
Like my daughter, my wife has a mind of her own. What the two of you discuss is your own affair. Just understand that I haven't employed you to solve my family's problems. I only need you to find my daughter.
You mentioned Vea might be involved in something dangerous.
Vea has always been fascinated by the Morag Tong. Even admired one of their agents when she was growing up. It's possible she sought refuge with this agent, or even decided to join the organization. Though I hope I'm wrong about that.
Tell me more about the Morag Tong.
The Morag Tong? They're an ancient guild of assassins sanctioned by the tribunal to carry out honorable writs of execution. Ostensibly, they're supposed to keep the houses from resorting to all-out war. But I still find the practice barbaric.
And the agent that Vea admires?
Someone of no consequence, and not at all important to accomplishing your mission. Besides, you don't find Morag Tong agents, they find you. Just pray it's not because your name wound up on one of their writs. That is a death sentence.
I happen to be close friends with two Morag Tong agents. Thank you, my friend.
How can I help you?
Not now, Outlander. If you need some sort of assistance, go find one of the house guard.
Council Iris sent me to ask you about the investigation to find his daughter.
You must be one of the freelancers the council employed to supplement the duties of the house guard. Very well. I'll tell you what I know. Vea ran away. Again. I hope you can succeed when my troops have failed. If anything happens to Vea,
Sounds like you have a personal stake in this.
I've known the Relith family since I was a child. Vea is like a sister to me, and I'll do everything in my power to get her home safe and sound. Trust an Outlander.
We think her friends may know where she is, but they keep eluding us.
Maybe her friends will be less suspicious if I approach them.
Perhaps. As long as you don't get too close. They've been running notes of late. I think it has something to do with Veya, but the runners keep evading my guards. Look for a group meeting on the other side of town. And see if you can follow the note.
I'll see if I can follow the note.
When you find Veya's friends, remember to keep your distance. You just want to spot the note carrier and follow him to whoever's receiving these messages. That's the key to locating Veya. If you can't do it, don't worry. The house can handle it.
Am I still live, guys? Tell me about Veya Rilith.
Veya's a born warrior. Hard-headed, stubborn, a real pain in the ass. She can fight like an angry netch, though. I keep trying to get her to join the militia. She always turns me down.
Tell me about Veya's disagreement with her father.
That's not my tale to tell. If Councillor Eris or his wife won't speak
Okay.
of the troubles his family has had to deal with in recent weeks, maybe you can ask Veya. If and when you find her.
Yeah, it tells me there's only one person watching the stream, so I thought maybe for a second I'd gotten disconnected or something, so tell me more about this note you want me to follow.
We started to notice groups of young dark elves gathering in out-of-the-way parts of the city. One of my guards saw them pass a note between them, but they split up and she lost them in the back alleys.
What do you think these notes contains? Or what do you think the note contains?
Could be a love poem or a recipe for Kwama cream cocktail. But we suspect it's the way Veya has been keeping tabs on what's been happening in the city. Look, it may amount to nothing, but the note could give us a lead on where to find Veya.
Alright, let's try to follow this. Now, I've had some difficulty with this in the past, so I'm hoping I don't today, because I'd rather not waste too much time on this.
Get this letter to Trevis. It's important. Just don't let House Redmond get their hands on it.
Wait. I don't think I actually have to do this. I think if I remember correctly, if I'm remembering correctly, I think I can just cheat all this and just run straight into the tavern. Yep, that did it. Thank goodness I remembered that shortcut.
This should help us determine what happened to Veya's brother.
Hello, Drevis.
Hello, can I help you? Wait a moment. You're one of those hirelings House Redmond pays to harass us simple folk. Look, all Veya wants to do is to find out what happened to her brother. Too bad the house doesn't seem to care a swit about any of that.
Councillor Eris just wants to find his daughter. Will the note you received help me accomplish that?
Veya wants nothing to do with the house or her father. Why can't any of you respect that? Even if I wanted to help, I haven't seen Veya since she snuck out of town. We communicate by notes, and this one isn't even about her.
What's that note about then?
If you must know, it concerns Veya's brother. He was an officer in the House Guard before he vanished without a trace. We've been trying to help Veya find him.
Who are you delivering this information to if you aren't in contact with Veya?
A local tough. Goes by the name of Ashur. He delivers the letters. We usually meet him outside of town to the northeast. But good luck trying to get any information out of him. Ashur is not known for his conversation.
I happen to be a very close associate of Asher. Not really a friend, because it's really hard to be friends with an asshole, but I'm a very close associate of Asher. I think we'll be fine. I could be very persuasive.
I think we're done here, don't you? I told you where to find Ashur. He's been passing our notes on to Veya. Just to the north and east, outside of town. Or is this your way of offering to save me a trip, since you're headed his way?
How do you know about Veya?
Balmer is not that big. Most of the sons and daughters of the house leaders and prominent merchants know each other. Veya's one of us. We'll do whatever it takes to help her find her brother.
You'll do anything for Veya?
Well, within reason. And Veya would do the same for us. That's why we're helping her. She really is a terrific person.
Tell me more about Veya's brother.
I'm telling you anything, you red-ridden lapdog.
I'm just trying to help out here. What harm will be telling me about Via's brother possibly cause?
Sorry about that. I'm kind of on edge, if you hadn't noticed. Everyone knows Vea's brother. Or they did, before he disappeared. Ulran was an exemplary officer. Everything House Redoran could hope for. Vea won't rest until she learns the truth.
And that's why Vea ran away?
She ran away because her father refused to give her a straight answer. She suspects he was involved in Ulran's disappearance. Or that he at least knows more than he's willing to say. Is it any wonder Vea decided to take matters into her own hands?
Why have you been avoiding House Redoran's soldiers?
You think I'm just going to tell you all our secrets, Outlander? Oh, that's not going to happen. I won't betray Vea.
Answer my questions. I'll haul you off to the House Guard personally.
All right, all right. No need to get violent. Vea doesn't want her father to find her until she's located her brother, so we help protect her. That's why we set up the runners. Let the Councilor's hounds chase us, while Vea looks for Ulran.
Councilor Eris secured my services to locate his daughter.
I'm sure Councilor Eris's intentions are good. He loves his daughter. Wants her back safe and sound. But what about what Vea wants? Her brother home safe, her father's honesty, the house looking out for its people and not just its precious honor?
Alright, well, I'm going to be heading out. I got some things to do. I've got a Morag Tongue agent to speak with. There he is.
That's it. Kill them all. Heal me. No use getting my axes bloody again.
Come out, Ashnar. Or Ashnar. Hello, my friend.
Fancy meeting you here. Been a while since Hakoshe, hasn't it? I had that situation under control, by the way. Just needed them to make the first hostile move. Still, I cleaned enough blood off my axes for one day, so thanks for lending a hand.
I was told to meet you out here.
You were you? Was it Melissa? I told her I'd close out my tab after I completed another contract. That woman has the patience of an anxious nix. Well, tell her I'm good for it. I'll stop by and we can conclude our business cordially.
No, I'm here about Vea.
Vea? Then you're prejudicing me. Now, why in oblivion do you care about?
I'm trying to find her.
Are you now? And why do you want to do that? Never mind, I don't really care. I was asked to pass along some notes, but I'm not really the messenger type. I suggest you talk to Vea's mentor. Last I heard, she had a job in the Western Ruins.
Vea's mentor, and so she. I think we all know what's about to happen. I'll look for Vea's mentor in the ruins to the west.
Make sure you don't anger Vea's mentor, or even look at her the wrong way. She's grown surprisingly protective of that young woman, and if she thinks you pose a danger... Besides, I'd hate to see you wind up on the wrong end of one of our writs.
Why were all those townfolk trying to kill you?
You know, the usual buyer's remorse. I see a lot of that in my line of work. Turns out, I had to kill a bad man who did bad things. The writ was legal, above board. Unfortunately, his brother didn't see it that way and was looking for revenge.
I'm not going to ask if he's some kind of assassin. I know he's an assassin. Tell me more about Vea's mentor.
I'd rather not. She's particular about her secrets, and I don't want to get on a bad side. You should keep that in mind too if you plan to continue on this course. Vea's mentor usually sticks to the rules, but I wouldn't turn my back on her.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask him that. I already know he's an assassin. I may as well do this while I'm here, since I am already here.
Oh, Gilan, look! A dweller here. It's in
Yes, wonderful. I'll mark it down.
And here, another. This has fallen off the leaves.
Yes, that is peculiar.
What's the matter, dear? You seem distracted today.
Oh, nothing's the matter. I'm nervous.
Whatever the if anything happens, I'll be in danger.
I'm not nervous about an attack, Bravura. It's just, well, there's no good way to say this.
To say what?
Marry me.
Are you serious?
That's not the response I hoped for.
Ghilan, of course I'll marry you. I love you. I just expected something more dramatic.
Well, I planned to propose at the falls, but today we didn't go to the falls. I had to improvise.
And this is why you've been so nervous.
Yes. Wait. Did you just agree to marry me?
Yes, Ghilan. 12 times yes. My dear, distracted, adorable archivist, I will marry you.
That's wonderful!
Isn't it?
Oh, Bravura, you won't regret this. You are the stars to my sky.
Did you just come up with that?
Well, no. I've been saving it for the right time.
Yeah. It was a very sweet proposal, in my opinion. He was a little scatterbrained, but you know, that's to be expected. Also, I should probably talk to the crew chief while I'm passing as well, so.
Even if you had to destroy those ships, I'm sure the Tribunal would stop
Ow! Stupid dog. What happened? Let me see. I just tried to pet it. Damn dog bit me. Leave it alone. There's something strange about that dog.
Is it barbarous? I believe that's a hint about barbarous, because, you know, barbarous. This isn't the first hint that we found of barbarous being in the area. Hello, crew chief. What you got?
You shouldn't be here. Didn't you read the House Retherin proclamation? I wouldn't be here myself, but some of my miners are still in there.
Can you tell me what happened in the mine?
Our mine was invaded by violent cultists. They showed up and just took the place over. My people are trapped. I'm no expert, but it looked like the cultists were preparing to conduct a ritual before the Ashlander interrupted them.
Why do you think the cultists are conducting a ritual?
Probably because I heard one of them say, "With this ritual we'll call forth a mystical weapon and attain the power of a god." Or something along those lines. Look, I was just trying to get me and my miners out of there when the Ashlander showed up.
An Ashlander interrupted the cultist?
Well, I never actually saw an Ashlander, but I heard a cultist yell, "Ashlander thief! That's our mystical weapon!" That's not an exact quote, but you get the idea. I don't know what happened after that. I was kind of busy trying not to die.
What kind of mine is the Skulk?
It used to be an ore mine, and we hope it will be again. My crew was inside preparing to start up mining operations when the cultists attacked. The way things are going, we might just have to turn the place into another Kwama egg mine.
I'll go into the mine and see what I can find out.
Really?
He's all nothing.
Brave of you. If you see any of my miners, tell them to get their arses out here. I'll wait as long as I can. Or until I hear screaming. Then I'll go to Balmora and try to find some help. Good luck in there.
Yeah, he was like, I saw it all as I was running for my life, valiantly, for my life, from the cave. So you saw the Ashlander. No, I didn't actually see the Ashlander, because again, I was running valiantly for my life. Wasn't there a scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail where it was talking about one of the knights was like, he turned about and ran away? Was it Sir Robert or Malakanth's champion?
Leave me, Outlander. Let me die in the shame I brought to Malakanth. Defeated by a lone warrior. Malakanth will laugh at our incompetence.
What happened to you?
An assassin. Probably a Morag tongue. She tracked our leader here. But she doesn't know. We set a trap inside the ruins.
I'll have to look it up after my stream is done.
Get inside the ruins and stop her!
Well, there's only one Morag tongue agent that can cause this much distraction and trouble. I think Joe knows exactly who we're about to run into. Because he ships my character with her on a frequent basis. Malakanth is a weak but vengeful god. The Dark Elves say he is Melek, the god king of the orcs. He tests the Dunmer for physical weakness, the House of Troubles. I was saying, did you not hear the part where they were talking about the Morag tongue?
I'm tired of running and she doesn't frighten me.
She should frighten you. Well, it's been a long time, Naru.
You have a habit of turning up at the most unusual moments, don't you, hero?
I came to find you to ask you.
Questions? I don't have time for questions. I have a rig to complete. Look, I can't keep these evil cultists waiting. You want to talk? Find me after I finish that.
Hey, don't interrupt me when I'm talking. That is really rude. Now you're going to have to die. There, now you're dead.
You have a habit of turning up at the most unusual moments, don't you, hero? Questions? I don't have time for questions. I have a rig to complete. Look, I can't keep these evil cultists waiting. You want to talk? Find me after I finish this job.
I'll find you.
Hero, we really need to stop meeting like this.
We really do, Naru.
Come out, little assassin.
Might.
Or is the Morag tongue too scared to meet the powerful snake face to face?
Smite her? She's my friend. We have a complicated history.
There she is. Surround her. Cut her apart.
Plus, I don't think I could actually take her in a fight. Oh, the interrupter. Okay, yeah, no, the interrupter was smited. Because when you said her, I thought you meant Naru, and like, can't smite Naru.
A helping hand.
I'm Malakanth's sacred tusks. You won't get past me.
Hey, I have a surprise for you.
Excuse me, hero. I have to see an orc about a writ.
Let me follow you then. Was that a Guar named War Mammoth?
Kill me.
Tolvani's plans. I made a mistake.
A mistake? Well, that explains everything. I'll just let the Tolvani know. I'm sure Mage Valian will understand.
Oh,
3, 2, 1.
for sure you were going to kill me.
I am.
Naru never fails a rip.
I hate when my leathers get wet. And this is a new outfit, too. Ah, well. I suppose we ought to discuss what you're doing here.
Hello, Naru.
I have to admit, when I saw you, I thought, what the tusk are you doing down here? Pardon my Orcish. Did you really follow me across the continent? That shows commitment. Kind of creepy, but still a lot of commitment.
I'm looking for Counselor Iris' daughter, Vea.
Well, that's not what I expected. But you can just turn around and leave. You're not going to find her. Vea's going through a difficult time right now. The last thing she needs is some house-veteran lackey adding to her pain and confusion.
You know me, Naru. I just want to assure her father that Vea is safe.
I know you, hero. It's old man Eris I don't trust. He didn't tell you about Vea's brother, did he? How House Redoran exiled their favorite son. No? Didn't think so. Vea deserves answers, and I promise to help her. You need to just walk away.
If you don't let me help, you'll have to deal with others that are hiring outsiders to find Vea.
Outsiders? Is her father really that desperate? Look, tell Eris that Vea's safe and you'll see her soon. But no more outsiders. If my organization gets skittish, they'll return to the shadows and take Vea with them. They'll only deal with you.
Is that all? Is all that really true? Will you set up a meeting with Vea?
Well, it's not exactly a lie, and I don't want things to get out of hand. I'll arrange a meeting provided Vea agrees. You let Eris know she's safe. Get him to stop hiring freelancers before someone gets hurt. I'll send word when we're ready.
Should I charm her, Joe? This isn't how I imagine her reunion turning out. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. So this isn't how I imagined our reunion turning out.
Ah, were you imagining a hot bath, a bottle of wine, and a secluded cottage with a roaring fire? Me too. Instead, we're up to our armpits in the usual muck and mire, just like old times. All this, and things are looking up for my organization, too.
Yeah, that actually sounds a hot bath, a bottle of wine, and a secluded cottage with a roaring fire. That sounds actually really nice. Except for I'm an Argonian. I'm a lizard. What was that between you and the Malekith cultist?
That was poetry in motion. Not only is my organization getting choice assignments again, but we're starting to recover some of our prestige. Specifically, these Malekith cultists interfered with House Telvanni, so they had to be dealt with.
And that orc you just killed?
Oh, him? No one special. Just the leader of this particular band of
Heat lamp.
cultists. His name was on a writ, so I had to end him. It's what I do, after all, and I do it so well.
Naru's like, okay, I'll start the fire. I start setting up the heat lamp, and she's like, no, you've got to be kidding me. I thought that was a stereotype. Like, stereotypes exist for a reason, my friend. Ow. I think I'll fast travel back to Balmira. I'm going to take a brief pause and grab some water. I will be right back. There we go, that's better. I was starting to dry out. Also, I need to make sure I repair my gear before the next session too. I took quite a bit of smack in that cave.
How may I serve?
Oh, you must be related to the brothers we just dealt with.
I'm surprised to see you back here, but I'm also relieved. Does this mean you have news about my daughter? Is she safe? Is she ready to come home?
Vea is safe. She's joined the Morag Tong and they are arranging a meeting.
Vea joined that cult of assassins? I was afraid she'd do something rash. What was she thinking? I don't see the Morag Tong as safe, but at least she's still alive. So, I suppose that's something. When are we going to meet with my daughter?
Not just us, or not us, just me. But tell me, what happened to Vea's brother?
She won't meet with me? No, I suppose she's not ready for that quite yet. As for Vea's brother, that was all the doing of the Redoran Council. I'm not allowed to discuss the details, but he's still alive, if that's what Vea is worried about.
Nar says Nar said to call off the other freelancers or she'll take Vea and disappear.
Naryu's back in town? She's as stubborn as Vea. Very well. No other outsiders. Although I can't dismiss the mercenaries that Captain Brithen employs. House Redoran is my life, as is Vea. I'll do everything in my power to see her home safely.
Your daughter is safe. Just let me handle this and I'll try to get her to meet with you.
As you say, no other outsiders. But there are rules, Outlander. You must do everything within reason to maintain the honor of House Redoran. Here, your first payment. Soon, however, I'll expect more than just a verbal confirmation of Vea's safety. When next you see her, tell my daughter that I want to talk to her. Vea can set the terms, and I expect her to stop running away when things don't go her way.
I'll convey the message, but I need to know exactly what you and Vea argued about.
Vea has always felt shackled by the rules of House Redoran, hobbled by the many duties and obligations it presses upon its subjects. After the situation involving her brother, she decided she wanted nothing more to do with the house, or with me.
So your strict observance of the rules and obligations causes rift between you and your daughter.
That may be an oversimplification, but I suppose your statement is accurate. I walk a narrow path between House Counselor and loving father. Unfortunately, the former often supersedes the latter. That's why I want to speak to Vea again.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He's definitely got ulterior motives. I'll try to arrange a meeting as soon as I can. Find a way to contact Vea. Of faith and family. So this is an ongoing theme in the Vardenfell cities. There's a series of quests that you have to do, and not just like one or two, but this is just one of a couple that do
Now
this.
you said I'd find you here, and damn it all if she wasn't right.
Hello, my friend.
Did I mention how much I hate being a messenger? Makes me wish I had a writ so I could kill something. Anyway, Nayu wants to talk to you. Said you'd know what it was all about.
All right, where do I need to go?
Here. This should explain everything, sort of. It's a map. We change locations every other day for security reasons, just in case it falls into the hands of House Redoran or someone else with an axe to grind for our organization.
What do I do with this?
Never had to use a map before. Amateurs. This This one leads to a key to one of our safe houses, and another map. The first map, it depicts a particular town, kind of like this one. Hint, hint. The rest, well, you'll have to figure that out on your own.
I'll try to decipher the map.
Look, I know you're helping Councillor Eris, but if that map falls into House Redrin hands, I'll probably have to kill you. Nothing personal, mind you. We're already having a bit of trouble with the council. We'd rather not make matters worse.
Do you always carry messages for Naru Varanian?
What are you implying? Can't a person do something nice to help out an ally every now and again? Oh, who am I kidding? I hate hate. Haven't you ever done something you hate because it was the right thing to do?
All the time.
Then you understand what I'm talking about. Being noble, doing the honorable thing. It can be a real pain in the arse, but a favor given becomes a favor returned. Eventually.
You're part of the Morag Tongue too, aren't you?
Well, look at you. You're a practical genius. Look, Nayu seems to trust you, so I suppose I have to trust you too. But that's a powerful secret you've been given. Betray us, you'll find my blade in your back. Unless Nayu kills you first.
You mentioned trouble with House Redrin.
The Morag Tongue has the authority to accept and carry out writs of execution. We keep the great houses from engaging in all-out war, but they rarely appreciate the work we do on their behalf. House Redrin in particular wants to shut us down.
Why does House Redrin want to shut down the Morag Tongue?
The other houses have used us to take Redrin down a peg or two of late. To be frank, for all their vaunted honor, the house cries foul whenever someone gets the better of them. Our status is tenuous enough without Redrin's constant harassment.
Your status is tenuous?
As I understand it, the Morag Tongue made mistakes in the past, grew too arrogant. We had to lay low for more than a century. Now, we're taking select contracts, working to re-establish our reputation. It's not our fault most of them concern Redrin.
Alright, so we're heading out to find Naru. We're using the map. And again, I already know where we're going, so I've done this so many times that I really don't need to think about it. But I won't be able to jump, so that's going to be a bit of a problem.
Keeping myself busy here.
It's not the right spot. I always get confused the first time that I find this place in a game. I need to talk to Miles too. Maybe it is on the other side of the river. I always thought it was on that side of the river, though. I guess I'm wrong. Ah, here it is. Naru.
Sorry about all the subterfuge, but we can't be too careful when it comes to security around here.
Can I meet with Vega now?
Don't be so eager, my darling. It reveals too much about your ultimate intentions. But yes, Leia would very much like to meet with you. You intrigue her, and your connection to her father could prove beneficial once she knows she can trust you.
And how do I prove she can trust me?
Redwin records. House officials keep track of everything. Incidents, commendations, births and deaths. Whether important or mundane, they detail it all in their registry. Bea believes the registry contains information about her brother Ulram.
She wants me to steal the House Redrun registry?
Don't sound so offended. You had to know your hands were going to get dirty eventually. You are dealing with assassins and politicians, after all. The local keeper of records, Lord Drano, is aware, so security at his townhouse should be light.
Steal the registry from Lord Drano's townhouse. Got it. Come on, hey, hey. I might have to buy more luck picks here soon. There we go. All right. All right, so we're in a hiding spot. I can't see a map of the area, so I don't know exactly where we're going. But we're going down, apparently. Go quickly, go quickly, go quickly, go quickly, go quickly, go quickly, go quickly. There we go. All right. Darn it! And they hit me, so now I can't go out the door. Ah, that sucks. Come on, come kill me. Come on, kill me. I can't leave until you kill me. I almost made it. Let me just write my own pardon real quick.
Still alive, I see. And since you're here, that means you weren't captured and hauled off to a Redrin dungeon. Good for you. Were you able to acquire the registry? Does it contain any information about Bea's brother, Ulram?
The book mentions someone named Ulfern was stripped of his rank and exiled.
Ulron was exiled. That can't be right. He's an exemplary officer and a good man. Plus, he's the son of a counselor. Why in oblivion would House Redren banish one of their brightest stars?
That's what it says in the registry.
I can see that. There has to be more to the story, but I'm not sure how we get it. Still, you proved you could be trusted, and you admirably performed this task. So I suppose I should let you meet with Vea now.
Where's Vea?
There's an abandoned cave along the coast. It's in the swamp and smells like rot, which makes it the perfect place to hide. Vea's supposed to wait inside, but she's bored. I know she's been sneaking out. You'll find her in the cave or just outside.
I'll go to the swamp and talk to Vea.
Get to the swamp and find Vea. She's eager for any information about her brother, so she's really going to appreciate getting that registry. Just try not to be too charming when you meet her hero. She has enough distractions as it is.
This place looks comfortable. Why hide Vea out in the swamp?
Vea would face too many temptations here in Balmora. Friends, favorite places, familiar sights and sounds, not to mention the proximity to all things House Redren. Even the most thick-headed house guard would eventually stumble over her.
Well, thanks for trusting me with your secret hiding places.
Oh, don't thank me, hero. As long as you're useful and don't betray us, then we're engaged in a mutually beneficial arrangement. Cross us in any way, however, and you'll never see my blade before it plunges into your heart.
Do you know Vea's brother well?
Well enough. Ulron and Vea used to sneak out to watch me train. I have a way with blades that fascinated them to no end. Eventually, our fondness developed between the three of us. And to think, I never even had a Nick sound growing up.
Doesn't being in the Morocton make such relationships difficult?
It's not like personal relationships are against the rules, though I suppose they are sort of frowned upon. Anyway, my assignments always brought me back to Vardenfell, so we were able to keep in touch and visit even as they grew older.
And you don't think Ulfrin could do something terrible enough to warrant exile?
Anything's possible, but the Ulron I know holds honor above all else. I can't believe he'd do something so dishonorable that the house leaders would demand his exile. We need to find out more about what happened.
Why does Vea keep sneaking out of the cave?
Vea's young, bored, and stubborn. That makes for a volatile combination. She wants fresh air and freedom. I can't blame her for that. I can blame her for assuming I'm not aware of her little excursions. I thought I trained her better than that.
Do you think she's in any danger?
Danger's a relative term, especially when you're dealing with relatives. Vea can make her own decisions. If she wants to risk getting caught by House Redren, that's on her head, especially since she knows they've been searching that area.
Alright, I'm heading out, Naru. Alright. Whoops, that was a mistake. I meant to leave that where it was. Let's go do that first. We'll go ahead and get that location done real quick, and then we will head and do... We should have just enough time to go see Vea before the end of the session today. I might stretch it out just a little bit longer than usual, just because, especially since I've just found out that Pathfinder was canceled. I'm not going to have anything else to do this evening, so I could stretch out the session just a little bit long, stream just a little bit longer if I have to, but we'll see if it's warranted. Want to craft and mine? Sure, after the session we can do that for a while. You'll have to host though, because it worked a whole lot better with you hosting than it did with me hosting. I need to get it set up on my PS4. I forgot to do that. It's been such a busy week. As soon as I'm done with this session, I'll put the disc in my PS4 and start the update process. Slacker. Hey, now, I work 40 hours a week and, you know, stuff. Work has been extremely frustrating lately. Oh, what do you know? There's another rubbing. And I didn't even mark that one down. Bonus!
And you're sure it's Vea? House Redoran isn't emptying its coffers so you can chase your own tails out here.
You pay the war claws well, because the war claws are the best there is. We have the kitten sent. It's just a matter of time before my warriors catch her.
Of course, Ferrara. Just make sure she doesn't get out of the swamp. I'll take my soldiers and guard the eastern paths, in case she
Still
loots your warriors again. The Councilor's lackey. I understand you've made significant progress in your search for Vea. As a matter of fact, so have we. This whole ordeal will be over soon. Then you can be on your way, Outlander.
Over? What makes you say that?
My mercenaries have spotted Vea skulking about the northern portion of the swamp. Between my soldiers and Ferhara's warclaws, the Councilor's daughter will soon be home safe and sound.
What do you know about Ulfrin's exile?
Vea's brother. It's a sad story. Killed one of his own soldiers to protect an Ashlander of all things. I think they were being too lenient when they simply exiled him. But that's how they treat the privileged few.
Vea's brother killed a Redoran soldier?
Ulron always had an unnatural attraction to the Ashlanders and their savage ways. He felt that an Ashlander life was worth more than a Redoran life. The Council didn't agree with his assessment. This will all be over as soon as Ferhara finds Vea.
Who are Ferhara's warclaws?
Khajiit mercenaries of the highest order. For members of a lesser race, Ferhara's warriors are surprisingly effective. I employ them to bolster our forces. Between obligations to the Pact and other matters, House Redoran is spread thin of late.
Councilors hired me to find his daughter, and that's what I plan to do.
As you say, Ferhara's warclaws take their contract as seriously as you do, however. Get in their way, and I can't guarantee your safety.
I'll keep that in mind. So we're going to be...
assumes the Councilor's minions will not present a problem for the war claws. Yes, Captain?
The Outlanders have been warned, Ferhara. I leave everything else to your discretion.
Just warning you. You're going to lose a lot of your war claws if they attack me, as I will not hold back. So, if they attack first, I will swing. Oh gosh, dredges. I hate those things so much. They're so hard to kill. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. There's a lot of racism in Tamriel. Vea.
Stupid warclaws. Now I know how a mouse feels.
By the three, you really shouldn't sneak up on a person like that. If you're working with those mercenaries, I assure you, you won't take me without a fight.
I'm working with Naru. I have information concerning your brother.
Oh, right. Now you mentioned something about that. Look, I can't wait to hear what you learned. But the swamp is crawling with mercenaries. There's a cave to the northeast. We can talk there.
Lead on and I'll follow you.
Unfortunately, there's a mob of those beast people between here and the cave. I was going to try and sneak past them, Every time I get too close, I think one of them catches my scent.
Alright, I'll deal with the war claws. You get to the cave.
You're going to tackle that mob of fur and claws? I'm impressed. Meet me at the cave when you're finished. I think we have a lot to talk about. Oh, and try not to get killed. I really want to know what you came all this way to tell me.
I'll see you in the cave shortly.
Meet me in the cave to the north when you finish with the mercenaries.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
Let's slay this outsider.
Who are you calling an outsider? You're outsiders too. He called you guys lesser races.
Up here! Hurry, before more of them show up!
The honorable warriors of the great House Redrun are the hereditary defenders of Morrowind. To be a noble of House Redrun requires more than being a great warrior, however. One must follow the tribune virtues of duty, gravity, and piety. House Redrun Code. Bea?
What do you think of my luxurious accommodations? It's got dirt and rock, fungus and a poultry fire, all the comforts of home. Anyway, you said you had information about my brother, Oran. What did you find out?
According to the House Redrun Registry, your brother was stripped of his rank and exiled.
No, that can't be right. Oran's honorable and noble. He's a model soldier. What could he have possibly done to warrant being banished?
According to Captain Brevran, Ulfrind killed one of his soldiers to protect an Ashlander.
What? My brother has always been interested in the Ashlanders. Even showed them a kindness the rest of the house doesn't approve of. But for him to kill someone, especially one of his own soldiers, something terrible must have happened.
Any idea where we could find these Ashlanders? They may be able to tell us about the incident.
I know the tribe that Oran liked to help, brought them supplies and such. He'd go and visit their camp whenever our father wasn't paying attention. Will you go with me to talk to them? Wait, someone's coming.
Get behind me.
She can handle herself just fine, hero. Vea, grab your things. It's time to go.
Go? Why? What's going on?
The Warclaws are marching toward this cave along with half the House Redrun soldiers in Balmora. We need to go now.
Damn it! They must have followed us. I'll get my stuff.
Dealing with an arrogant, impatient, overconfident young woman. Now I know how my mother must have felt. We need to move. It won't take those damn cats long to find this place, not with their sense of smell.
What do you suggest?
The back tunnels. Better than heading out the front door and right into the main contingent of Redrun troops. Councillor Eris brought additional soldiers from town. He's intent on getting his daughter, and he may have the numbers to do it.
So the back tunnels it is.
One more thing. The back tunnels wind their way through territory that House Redrun recently acquired. We may run into some resistance, but it shouldn't be as bad as what's waiting outside the front of the cave.
We'll just have to be careful then.
Does the scene look unstable to you?
Yeah, but this is, normal.
Search everywhere. Captain Brevin thinks the Councillor's kitty might try to escape through these tunnels.
Damn! Those cat bastards are harder to shake than a blind date. This looks promising. Let's give it a try.
Oh, that was a... That was another player. Okay, I almost attacked the other player.
That must be the way out. I just hope there aren't any Redderons up there.
We're about ready to find out.
Father ruins everything. I'm so close to finding my brother, and he shows up to drag me back home. Well, I'm not going back without a fight.
I'll cause a distraction so you can get out of here.
You do that for me. Thanks, I guess. But what can you possibly do against all those soldiers? My father brought the whole damn army with him this time.
Your father hired me to find you and set up a meeting. I might as well give him a progress report.
Clever. Tell my father whatever he wants to hear. That might actually work. Afterward, meet me at the Ashlander camp to the south. My brother would often visit that particular tribe. It's as good a place as any to start.
Will you meet with your father after you find your brother?
Once I find Ulran and make sure he's all right, I'll meet with my father. But that meeting will be on my terms, not his. And tell him to call off his soldiers, or I might change my mind. That should buy us some time.
Alright, I shall endeavor to...
Halt! Who goes there?
Stand down. These outlanders work for me. The captain reported that he had seen you in the area. There are also multiple reports that Vea has been spotted. Tell me, have you seen my daughter? I won't sleep well until she's home, safe and sound.
But we agreed you wouldn't use any other outsiders.
I also said that the captain has his own resources. The war claws report to Briven, not me. We're all just trying to get my daughter home safely. Now, tell me what Vea's thinking.
Vea will meet with you, but on her own terms. All these soldiers have scared her away.
It was a gamble, I admit. An opportunity I couldn't let slip away. You won't make me feel guilty about trying to find my daughter. So, where and when will Vea meet with me?
Soon. She asks me to do one more thing, and then she'll be ready to meet with you.
Very well. We'll do this her way. Vea can be as stubborn as her mother sometimes. But tell my daughter that my patience won't last forever. Next time, I expect Vea to be with you. Or I might just let Captain Briven do this his way.
I'll let her know.
Do as I command, and let them pass.
Certainly aren't Ashlanders, not with those tails.
This is disturbing. I can't believe this. Why allow the Warclaws to run roughshod over the camp like this? What's House Redoran thinking? And what in the name of the three have they done with the Ashlanders?
You sure this was an Ashlander camp?
My brother often visited this camp. Took me along a couple of times. It used to be such a vibrant place, so full of life. I know House Redoran wants to expand along the western coast, but I never expected they'd set the Warclaws loose like this.
Do you think your brother and the Ashlanders are still here?
If Ulran was here, he'd never stand for the Warclaws invading the camp. He told me the Ashlanders were the same as you and I. Different beliefs don't necessarily make people bad. We need to see if we can find out what happened here.
I'll look around and see what I can find.
I really want to help, but Naru won't hear of it. We don't get our hands dirty unless there's a writ attached. She's so fond of reminding me. We'll hang around and wait for you to find something before we move in.
Stay out of the way of the war claws until I find where your brother is.
Vea, I don't think this is a good idea. We're trying to keep you out of House Redwin hands, remember?
You're not my parent, Naryu. I can take care of myself, even if the Mother of Blades doesn't think so.
Damn it, Vea. You know I hate that title.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably really hurt to, you know, give birth to a blade.
I'll make sure Vea stays out of trouble. Just find whatever you can so we can get out of here before the war claws notice us.
Vea called you the Mother of Blades. Care to elaborate?
She only calls me that to annoy me. It's an obscure Morag Tong title given to ranking female agents when they take on apprentices. She's just lucky that as her mentor, I'm not allowed to kill her. You're not that lucky.
So let me guess, I can't use that nickname. Understood. Charge. House Redwin orders. To the warriors of Scrib Battalion, including the soldiers of House Redwin and the mercenaries of Pharaoh's war claws. Scrib Battalion is tasked with reclaiming the Cavduit mine and the surrounding countryside from Ashlander squatters. Ashlanders mistakenly believe that all land is free. They will resist our efforts to clear them from the specified sites. With this in mind, heed the following orders. 1. Do not use force against the Ashlanders unless absolutely necessary. A peaceful transaction of territory is preferred, overtaking the area through violence. 2. Allow the Ashlanders to leave the vicinity, providing they comply with Redwin law. 3. If any Ashlanders resist, disarm the antagonizers and imprison them for the duration of the engagement. 4. If force must be used, make sure it is applied swiftly and to maximum effect. Captain Briven. Hello, wise woman.
If I'd realized how popular this camp was going to be with Outlanders, I would have moved the tribe ages ago. You don't appear to be one of the heretical invaders, but looks can be deceiving. What do you seek, stranger?
I'm looking for, Ulrin Rilith.
Ah, Ulran the exile. He disgraced his family and lost his status, but remained true to his heart. Ulran is here. He tried to stand against the Redorans, just as they detained me within this yard.
Where's Ulrin now?
I assume they dragged him off to the mine, along with most of the tribe who refused to let those tribunal dogs walk all over us. Or should I say tribunal cats in this instance? Be wary. The mine will be as protected as the camp, maybe even more so.
Tell me more about this mine.
It's a small hole in the ground, but it served us well until the Redorans and their war claws arrived. Now they toss my people aside and lock the door. Warclaw Irgazar carries the key, but there is a spare in the supply yard.
I'll get the key and locate Ulrin.
Get the key to the mine from either the Warclaw's commander or the supply yard, whichever suits your needs. Perhaps you'll find what you seek within Kudanot's depths.
Why didn't they send you to the mine with the rest of your people?
Keep the head and the body separate. As long as I'm here, I can't offer my people hope or advice. And I certainly can't compel them to rebel against these invaders.
I can help you escape.
I have no doubt. However, my place remains with my people, at least for now. The Warclaws have treated me well so far. They believe I can make their tails fall off if I so choose. Who am I to dissuade such creatures from their beliefs?
Okay, let's go to the supply yurt and get the key from there. If I can find the supply yurt. Well, I guess we're taking down the commander after all. Though initially opened with great fanfare, the promising ebony vein in Coldent Mines was actually quite shallow, and the mine was soon played out. Wow, that sounds harsh. Oh.
We're just going to burn them?
The captain called them traitors and savages. Said the good roasting was more than they deserved.
Intruders! Warclaws! Attack!
No, it's too late.
Down here! Come on! Wait. What's that smell?
Veya, stay back. You don't need to see this.
What happened here? Oh gods! They murdered these poor Ashlanders! Oh no! Oran! Oran! Wake up, please! You can't be dead. You just can't!
Veya shouldn't have had to see this. Even I'm finding it hard to believe that the mercenaries would slaughter these Ashlanders for no reason. Not to mention the son of a house counselor. Doesn't make any sense.
Have you tried to defend the Ashlanders?
I suppose anything could happen in the heat of the moment. But to kill a veteran, even an exiled one, that's presumptuous even for the war clause. I wonder if Eris knows about this. I'm not sure how Veya's going to get her answers now.
I found this speaking stone on Ulfred's body.
I've seen these before. They use them in Eastmarch to record and send important messages. They're expensive and as rare as a sober Nord. But Oran was always attracted to the contrivances of other cultures. Shall we see what it has to say?
If he can shed light on what happened here, I say yes.
If you're listening to my voice, know that my time is short, and what I have to say is important.
Brother, is that you?
Everything that happened was a deliberate act to discredit me. I need to report the events so my sister can learn the truth about her brother. You have to understand, I don't share my house's hatred and distrust of Ashlanders. So, during my normal patrol, when I heard that Ashlanders had come to Balmora, were causing trouble, I was dubious to say the least.
Listen to the message.
I arrived to find one of my soldiers arguing with the Ashlanders. He spat at them, called them savages. When one of the Ashlanders objected, my soldier drew his sword. Before I could intervene, my soldier's blade struck him down. I ordered the soldier to stand down, but he ignored me and stepped toward the second Ashlander. I killed my own soldier. I had to. Before I knew it, I was dragged before the Redoran Council and exiled. I never even got to say farewell to my sister. I believe I was set up for this fall, but I don't know by who. I came to this camp for shelter. The House Redoran's reach grows ever longer. Now Captain Briven's here. I'm going to talk to them, just in case I made this stone for my sister Veya.
Oran! Damn it! What am I supposed to do now? Oran's not supposed to be dead. That wasn't the way this was supposed to end. What am I gonna do now? Damn Oran for leaving me that damn message! And damn him for dying on me! Gods, I miss my brother.
I'm sorry for your loss, Veya.
I still don't understand. Oran said someone set him up to fall. Who would do such a thing? And why would they do it? Oran never wanted to hurt anyone.
It sounds like your brother was a good man.
So that's why they exiled him? That's why they killed him? He was too damn good? That's the problem? We've got to find out who did all this. They won't get away with this. I won't allow it.
We'll find out who did this to him.
Oh, I'll find them all right.
Your father.
And when I do, they'll pay for what happened to Oran. I swear by Mafala's sacred web and the first blood my blade ever tasted, I'm going to avenge my brother.
I agree with Wolran's assessment. Certainly sounds like someone led him into a situation guaranteed to make him fail. I can't believe he put this burden on Vea, though. What was Wolran thinking?
You don't think we should continue to investigate Ulrin's death?
I didn't say that. I'm just not sure how to proceed. We're entering dangerous waters here, going up against House Redrin. And we don't even have a writ to protect us.
So what do we do next?
I'm going to take Vea and head back to our safe house in Balmora. I found our cave, but the abandoned basement is still secure. After that, I'm not sure. The Morlock King has rules. If I break them, I'll have to deal with the consequences.
Tell me more about the Morlock Tong's rules.
We can't just kill with wild abandon. We follow a code. We only execute those whose names appear on sanctioned writs. If we kill respectable citizens without a writ, it's just murder. So, without proof and a proper writ, my hands are tied.
I suppose I could let Counselor Iris know about this, son.
You do that, but be careful. We're not sure who in House Redrin is involved, and I'd rather not see you wind up like these poor Ashlanders. Vea and I still need your help to get to the bottom of all of this. We'll see you in Balmora, hero.
Alright, and that is where we're going to end off for today, guys. We made some, well, we didn't make huge progress, but we did make some progress in the story of the game. We got some progress done. Next time we will try to wrap up the Balmora quest line, and we'll get back to doing the main quest as well as exploring around. I want to thank you very much for watching if you did, and I hope to catch you next week as we continue the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind DLC here in Vardenfell. Thank you very much, and goodbye.